A major win for the victim of a hostage situation whose husband was killed in a deadly shootout at a Roseville park. A judge ruled Patty McKeegan can move forward with her wrongful death lawsuit against the California Highway Patrol.
And CBS News California investigative reporter Julie Watts, she is here with details on the lawsuit and on the arrest of the CHP commander who approved the plan that led to the deadly shootout that killed James McKeegan and, of course, injured that officer, Julie.
Yeah, guys, we're just getting this new information. This is according to multiple officers whose names we're withholding because they were not authorized to speak on the record. But they tell us a CHP officer who was arrested last week on suspicion of workers' compensation fraud was the commander in charge of the fatal April 2023 Mahaney Park shootout in Roseville. Now, sources tell us that Matthew Stover, a 22-year CHP veteran, was the commander who approved this decision to serve the high-risk search warrant to an armed suspect at a busy park during spring break. Following that shooting, the commander was removed from his post and subsequently went out on workers' comp. Now we're learning, and CHP reported last week, he was arrested on suspicion of workers' comp insurance fraud and booked into the Sacramento County Jail. We, of course, asked CHP to verify this was the same person. They tell us they cannot comment due to ongoing litigation.
And Julie, I got a question for you. So big news for Patty McKeegan.
Yes.
But this comes after CHP and the Attorney General, Rob Bonta, tried to throw the case out, right?
Yeah, so CHP and the Attorney General did try to throw out her wrongful death suit, right? In short, the state law says that law enforcement is not liable if someone is injured by a suspect who is resisting arrest. Now, that's important because remember, CHP was not serving an arrest warrant that day, and Eric Abril was not under arrest. Instead, they were serving a search warrant on his car and his house, but they chose to confront him at a busy park instead. And as we were first to report, and the judge sort of reiterated in his ruling, we still don't know who fired the fatal shot that killed Mr. McKeegan while he and his wife Patty were just out for a walk on a nature trail. So the judge has now ruled CHP did not have immunity because Abril wasn't under arrest and may not have fired that fatal shot. CHP did make several other immunity arguments, which the judge also denied this week. But of course, he says they can try again. There's something called a summary judgment, so they can come back and try again. I can tell you, though, in the meantime, Patty McKeegan's attorneys, according to court records, have been struggling to get discovery. So evidence and police reports from CHP. When they do, I'm sure they are hoping, we are certainly hoping it will shed some light on those decisions that led up to this fatal shooting.
Which at the end of the day is all she's been asking for and all you've been asking for is that clarity. I mean, a year later, I mean, one step closer, but still a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Julie.
The McKeegans and frankly, everybody in Roseville and Rockland who were impacted not only by the shooting, but then Abril's subsequent escape.
Exactly.
So you definitely understand the difficulty with just trying to get this shed light on, right?
Yes, I feel their pain in trying to get records.
Yes. We know you'll track it, Julie. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.